Because it's a bit easy in Nollywood to get into a pattern of trying to tell some of the same stories, and that's not a knock on the industry at all. I think for an industry to grow, you have to do a lot of commercial work. You have to do a lot of stuff that people want so that you can find avenues to do some of the niche stuff. But we think we try to push the envelope with it, but we're not bold enough to.
So it is intentional.
It is, we're just not bold enough to be arty yet.
Yeah, but
know.
you did decide to shake up the movie industry, in a nutshell.
God was calling some people.
Wow, did you get that? Wow.
Cheesy plug. Allow.
So cheesy.
Allow.
You're allowed. And Eku,
Yes.
my dear Eku, what is your criteria when it comes to deciding what movies you work on? Because we know you, or rather you were focusing more on TV presenting
Yes.
at first, and then you started to test the waters with movies, and your roles are pretty interesting. You don't just go for anything. So what's your criteria?
So it's interesting because I never thought that I would get into TV presenting, and obviously here we are.
Yes.
And that has been a really exciting journey. But when I first got into filmmaking, I got into the process from a very, I guess, stringent process of how films got made. And I guess I applied that to how I chose roles, which is ultimately comes down to who are the filmmakers behind it. Because a lot of times you can have a great idea, but you can even have a great script, but let's be honest, if it's not in the right hands, I mean, even if you work with the best filmmakers, you can't always guarantee that it's going to come out in a way that, that you feel satisfied. And even as an actor, especially in this environment, I'm sure everywhere, you never really know what's going to happen. So I think that working, figuring out who's working on the project is so important. And I think maybe having worked with such a great production team with African Magic, you realize how important every person is in the process of the filmmaking. So apart from a great script, I think a great team. And I think that makes the process worth it. Yeah.
And I love the fact that this project brought the two of you together, right?
Yeah, because we now work together.
Yes, your body all work together. But what inspired this movie? Was it still the whole, I want to shake up this industry? Because, our show today, the theme of our show today is about movies with a supernatural theme. So what made you go into this theme, the supernatural theme? Are you like a religious fanatic, or what inspired you?
Am I a fundamentalist? No. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's not as interesting. We really feel like there's a symbiosis with the infrastructure needed for distribution and the church to help grow Nollywood and to help grow the message. Yes. And so we thought that's an interesting play that we could grow on. We also thought NEMSHA has unique qualifications with its post-production capabilities, VFX capabilities, all that stuff, in how it tells stories to be able to cross over into some of that supernatural stuff. But interestingly enough, I'm not a prophet. And it's been really interesting after the film, and we screen a lot of churches. People come up to you with their prayer requests. People, they think you're closer to God for being inspired to tell a story like this. They want you to pray for them, to lay hands on them. It's really, really interesting. It's really scary and humbling, the responsibility, which I'm certainly not going to do again. But I love the challenge of it and the journey, and I love that the church embraced it. I love that people felt something. I think that's your ultimate goal when you make anything, is to make people sort of escape for a little bit and come back to their own lives with a feeling, something that's invoking a thought or perception or something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up on that challenge thing you just talked about. That bridge scene, I personally think it was flawlessly executed.
Jara.